Rock, did you see that guy that crushed the demigod pack for the giveaway?
Yeah, I did. It was crazy.
What did you think about that?
Oh man. I mean, I made like a half a video about that, but I just thought that was incredibly cringe. Like, there's really no excuse to it. By the way, are we rolling?
Yeah, are we
Yeah, I
recording?
was wondering.
Oh, I didn't even know. I was waiting until the countdown.
All right,
Yeah,
we'll just get into
are
it.
we
We
just
got
going here?
We
We
just ring it around here.
Yeah. What?
All right, bet. All right, bet. But yeah, I covered a little bit about it. I just think there's no possible excuse you could have for that kind of behavior. And it's literally over something that he was already going to give away.
yeah.
Like it doesn't really matter if it went
Yeah.
to a form filler, doesn't matter if it went to somebody who bought something in the past from him. At the end of the day, he's giving away the pack one way or the other.
Yeah.
And he just decided to freaking crush it for no reason. It's ludicrous to me. He needs to be on some sort of watch list.
And
Like,
no respect for the cards or the hobby either in doing
Oh, yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I totally see the point of like, okay, so for what's going on, if y'all missed Rock's video or didn't see this, basically this dude on Whatnot was running a giveaway and the person that ended up winning the giveaway did not buy into his stream. So he was like pissed off and he was like, F this is what you get for not buying into the stream. And he crumples up a prismatic pack and it ended up being a demigod pack with, it was 3 evolutions in there, right?
Yeah.
Umbreon
Yeah.
was in there.
And so, my take is like, I agreed with Opossum's take a lot in his video as well. Of like, as somebody who does giveaways, like, I never publicize it or say it, but in the back of my head, like, yeah, maybe sometimes it's a little annoying if you got those like people that come in just to scoop the giveaways and stuff. But at the end of the day, you're running the giveaway and anybody can win it. So you just got to hold your word to it. And then also, I do just want to say real quick, y'all, we got Rock Sandy on the podcast today. First time ever that we have a guest. Big shout out to Rock. He'll be linked in the description. And
Hell
make
yeah.
sure y'all go check out his binders, card prison binders.
Ooh, the shilling
Those
begins.
CP
Let's
binders.
go.
Yeah, your binders are already getting scalped over there.
Yeah, they were
crazy.
getting
That's
scalped. I'm
so
moving
cool.
up, bro.
I really like the new black ones, the black and white all inclusive. Yeah, those are cool.
You're clean.
You know how we do it in card prison, bro? All the colors. All the colors.
Inclusive.
What, Elliot and Misty, what did y'all think about that whole crumbling of the pack stuff?
It pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, was
Like I
kinda in the
said,
same
like-
boat.
I being in the hobby, I respect the cards before anything, and to see those 3 evolutions just get crushed, yeah, it killed me. Killed me on the inside.
Even his
Yeah, it hurts,
reaction
especially.
after,
I mean, yeah, he seemed pissed. He's like, "This is what you guys
Yeah.
fucking get." It's like, seriously,
It's
just
like-
do the fucking giveaway. Like, I get it. It's annoying. Like, you got all these just little fucking kids running from stream to stream trying to win every single giveaway, but don't do that. Just let it happen.
I saw in the comments of that video too, that was technically that guy's pack. So you kind of ruined somebody's property
Right.
technically.
So,
oh,
if you give a gift to somebody, it changes possession into their possession. Would that have declared that as that person's possession, and could they get like reparations or whatever for it?
I feel like they could, yeah.
so I
I
don't
mean, it
know
didn't
that.
physically
Maybe.
change hands
It's
yet.
a gray area, but maybe.
I don't know how the actual legality of that works. I mean, I want to see this person obviously get money for what was in that pack, but like when it comes to like the legal terms like that, do you have to physically hand it to them?
He wrote
That's
his
what I'm
name
not
on the
sure
pack.
about.
Interesting.
I mean, it's, that's. I feel like there's definitely a gray area because they did win a giveaway, but it didn't physically change hands yet. So I don't know if that's what
Yeah.
needs to happen.
And plus, it's free as well.
Yeah.
So if maybe the other guy had paid for the pack, absolutely he would have some sort of case against him. But since it's
Oh, yeah.
technically free, it's like in my opinion, the worst the guy's gonna get is just some sort of temporary ban on Whatnot, and he's just gonna get a slap on the wrist, just like all the other Whatnot scammers and douchey people are. It's unfortunate. I really hate like Whatnot's become, and it's literally consistently
bad.
every single day.
Yeah.
there's like, if you go on the Whatnot Reddit page, like you just constantly see posts about these shady people, shady behaviors. And I'll be honest, I don't even know how that whole app is not shut down yet. It baffles my mind. And the fact that even people still support it as well, it's
Right.
incredible.
I don't know how people go on there.
We were just talking about that of like every single podcast that we've done so far on this channel. Granted, there's only been like 3 before this, but every single one we've had Whatnot stories to talk about, like multiple per episode.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And you're not seeing, like, not to say Drip is perfect or anything, but why is it just Whatnot is so prominent with the scamming stuff?
I mean, I could see that just being because it's more of a prominent app as it is, and more of the attention goes to that. So I'm sure there's stuff going on Drip. I mean, well, I guess I'm not sure, but I feel like there could be, and it just isn't right, like in the limelight or whatever, because it's not as notable.
That could possibly be one reason, but above all else, I believe it's just shady managing. It's like when I'm seeing all these cases of people who literally scam somebody out of money, out of hundreds of dollars, and they simply get a temporary ban.
It's ridiculous.
They should have just done more. They should have just done a complete permanent ban. Like that's not acceptable. And when other scammers see that, they're like, okay, worst case scenario, I get a 5-week suspension, and then I'll be good to go. And then I'll rinse and repeat. It's like you want the people to be heavily decentivized into doing shady shit. And maybe Drip is a bit better because they have a more, I guess, solid groundwork, or better people managing it. They know, which people to ban, how long to do it for. And overall, I think it's a major just managing issue. If they banned every single person, if they had really strict policy, like let's say like YouTube or TikTok does, I don't think nobody would view Whatnot as a bad app at all. I think it's strictly just how they're handling this.
Yeah, I used to really like it too. Like I would buy a lot of singles from there.
Speaking of like,
yeah, me too. I mean, yeah.
Speaking of like more just scummy stuff going on, did y'all see the dude who opened the French journey together already?
I did not see him open it, but I know about it. Yeah.
What y'all's thoughts?
So
how early he did that?
It was a French box. I don't know.
Was it French or English?
It was French.
French.
Okay.
I don't know if it's released earlier or not, but it was
same. I think it's March 28th in French, so same as English.
Then I don't know how he got a hold of that shit.
Yeah, apparently he's like one of the biggest French Pokemon YouTubers out there, and he has consistently done this for a long time. So my guess is he knows some sort of LGS, and they probably gave it to him for free from distro, or I don't know, with like an upcharged price. That's most likely how this shit happens. I don't think it's stolen product, but I do think somebody is breaking street date. Either the LGS, either distro, either somebody is breaking the rules. End of line. End of story. So that's kind of my thing. I just thought it was just so goofy, and especially his reactions. It's like, oh my god, this guy is freaking killing me, dude. It's like, oh wee. I just got to this Pokemon.
It was like a goal was just scored in the World Cup. He was fucking screaming.
Oh, dude, he was going insane when he pulled that Iono's belly bolt. It was hilarious. Honestly, it was peak content, absolutely peak. But there's an acceptable time frame in which people open, products. Like if it's a week before a release date, you could get away with it. Like it's pretty easy. Even if you're opening it before those, big YouTubers like Leonhard, Real Breaking 8, Danny Phantom, and all those people, I think 1 week before is acceptable. But anything before that, man, you're just gonna get scrutinized very hard. And it's just better to not deal with that shit. Just like, who cares if you get like quadruple your normal views if you are just destroying the outlook of how people look at you. And especially right now, everyone is very, very mad at everything in this hobby.
Yes.
Right now, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous to do anything wrong. So I would be the most not incentivized to do anything right now in this state. But yeah, it was just goofy, man. I don't know why he decided to do that, but I guess it's just the views, man. The views are controlling.
My take is like,
Yeah, I wonder.
I just want to see.
Go ahead.
I want to see Pokemon. I mean, I don't really want to wish it on anybody, but at the same time, with Pokemon so hard to get for everybody, and somebody still breaking street date by this much, like, when is Pokemon gonna bring the hammer down on somebody to let us know you can't do that?
They could bury somebody so easily.
And I think they will
Yeah.
eventually, bro. Like, I think it's going to come
Yeah,
to a point where it's like they're not doing anything and people are going to keep doing this thinking they can get away with it. And then it's going to be like, boom, channel done. Like, imagine the legal
Somebody
fees.
will be made an example of something.
So I believe that they won't really have that big repercussions, in my opinion. I believe the worst that they'll probably end up doing is probably deleting their video or something. For example, look at what happened with Seismic Shock TV. I mean, he did the worst case scenario. Not only did he open it 2 months before release date, but it ended up being stolen product from the actual facility.
Jesus.
And basically, a private investigator went up to him and said, well, yeah, this is most likely stolen product. Take down the video. And he did that. He just took down the video. That's pretty much it. But the main kind of scrutiny is going to be held at the LGSs who are breaking the street date in the French guy's case, and in the case of Seismic Shock TV, obviously the guy who stole the money, the products from the facility. So I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue, but I definitely think people should not do it because it's just not worth the public scrutiny. And I think that's like the major problem with it. I don't really necessarily think Pokemon is, but just the overall public scrutiny of it.
I mean, I fully agree. It's just like the only thing that scares me, like, so you're saying like Pokemon might not come down full force, all that. But like, so when I did the CGC stuff, and I know this was just a scare tactic by them to get me to, do what they wanted, but they were like, send us these back or, we're taking you to court. And if Pokemon did that, I feel like Pokemon would be the company to stand on business. And it's like, if he doesn't give that Journey Together product back, he could be absolutely screwed.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely in the realm of possibility, but I'm like that type of person.
You okay over there, brother?
Prove that argument. Hey, you see me?
Yeah, you just froze for
Yeah.
a second.
Okay. Just wondering. I just don't have any cases to provide to prove that argument at the moment. In my opinion, I just think Pokemon will just brush it off aside. I think they just have bigger fries to worry about. But yeah, I still think people should not do this. It's just not worth the public's discontent.
I could also see it blowing up more so on the LGS or like losing distribution and stuff like that than the actual creator, because they're the one who's giving it out before they're supposed to. Maybe
sure.
getting it before they're supposed to.
Well,
Yeah, they're taking a big risk, actually.
speaking of like distro and allocations and all that, what about this GameStop situation of GameStop no longer taking Journey Together pre-orders?
Is it just
Was it
Journey
just
Together, or
pre-orders?
is it like? I feel like they're doing it for everything.
I think it's
Yeah, so they're doing everything after Journey
Indefinitely.
Together, apparently.
Whoa, is
Yeah.
this official? That's the official
Yeah.
statement that it's all the sets?
Yeah,
Oh.
after
Yeah.
Journey Together, it looks like, yeah.
I
I was
legit
gonna
thought
say
it
I
was
would have
just
cried if
Journey.
they canceled my pre-orders.
Yeah, me too. I feel like they would.
Let's
they
calm it
wouldn't
down,
do
guys.
that.
Y'all each had like what, 2 booster bundles? Let's get real, okay?
Okay, you ordered like $50, so
No, I think I have
I ordered
10.
7. I had
Wow,
I think I had, like,
scalper.
7. Oh yeah. I'm gonna ruin some children's days and lives. I'm gonna sell them Journey Together booster bundles for like $80.
Hell yeah. No, that's some Sigma male shit right there.
Yeah. Fuck
F 'em,
kids.
kids.
So I saw
Uh,
Pokey NE dropped a video today saying that he was like, GameStop is only doing this because they're also not getting allocations. And he was saying GameStop was bigger, but he was also comparing himself to GameStop's level, which I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that's probably a lot different. This is GameStop we're talking about. I don't think it's about the allocations. I think that could play a part of like GameStop is not getting as much product anymore. But I think the biggest thing they're doing is just getting that foot traffic in store so they can get more sales from this boom of Pokemon. And I think that really runs the risk. Me and Rock were talking about it a little bit last night of like more fights breaking out. And I just find it really weird that GameStop is doing this now after calling out Costco for Costco not handling the situation the best. And now GameStop is literally creating, hey, more people in the store at once. Let's all go crazy together.
Yeah,
I think it's their way for people to actually get product rather than like having bots scrape everything, because it does say on their statement they will be implementing purchase limits on select SKUs, which is a stock keeping unit, so it's just the individual item. So I think if they limit all of the stores all over, that would be good, because I know we've talked about it before. Like I've gone to GameStop near me, they've done like 1 or 2 per customer, but other ones people would camp out in like 10-degree weather at 2 a.m. and just clean everything out because there were no limits.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult to say what their motive for doing this. I do think NE does have a point. I think they have really low allocation, because if you look at like the other restocks they've been doing, for example, like the 151 booster bundles, like there would be a sign outside of a GameStop that says exactly how much they have in store before they open up, and it's literally like 2 booster bundles, 2 151 blooming waters boxes, and everybody is like, where the hell did everything go? And another thing to tie into that is that I actually think the employees are the ones buying up their own products. It's like the employees are the one doing this, and I think that's a huge problem. And if I was like an owner of GameStop, I feel like there's some ways to implement rules against that. Like you should just say no employees are allowed to get said products. That, I'll be honest, it's a bit cruel, but it says, hey, if you want to get the products and you're an employee, go to the back of the line.
Yeah.
Go to the back of the line. I feel like it's as simple as that. And I think GameStop needs to enforce some sort of rules against that, because I feel like that's a huge issue nowadays. But
It is 100%. Best Buy and Costco were allowing their employees to purchase stuff before people came in as well.
Yeah.
Hear me out,
When
though.
Blooming Waters dropped recently, sorry.
Nobody wants to hear you, Vert.
Yeah, they said they were gonna have 24 boxes the day before, and so we were waiting in line. It's fucking cold, and the manager walks through. He's like, "Yep, we got 3 boxes." So then everyone just left.
Yeah.
Because first 3 people in line got them.
So I was going to say, I know for the mass appeal of people that are in this community, and if they're watching this or whatever it may be, that they want to hear that the employees should not get any. But what about if one of us were an employee at that GameStop and we were limited to 1 product, like, but we had to work that day? Like, should they really not be allowed to get 1 product?
It is what it is.
If I was an employee, I would totally understand, especially the way things have been going the last like 2 sets. I would be fine with it to have to, go get in line. And
But if you're scheduled that day at work on release day, you just get unlucky because if you're not scheduled, you can go get it and it would be fine then?
Yeah.
You got to do for the greater good. That's,
Okay, wait a minute.
Unfortunately. It's
This is not a hero arc moment here, Rock.
I know, but like, if I was GameStop and I actually cared about the people, I'd say, yeah, I'm gonna have to sacrifice the 1 or 2 employees that are already working on the clock.
Yeah.
I'm already paying them
Yeah.
to do one simple job, and that is to take people's orders and be the cashier. That's it. I'm not paying them for anything else.
This is very true.
So I'll just pretty much enforce the law. Like, hey, nah, you can't be allowed to buy anything. If you do want it, well, come back on another day and stay in line or something.
Yeah. No, I like
I
that.
agree.
I do think that GameStop should be setting that kind of standard of like, we're not going to let the employees do it. I was more playing the devil's advocate of just like, if I was an employee, I know I'd want
It would suck
something.
for sure.
But going back to this one thing, bro. So I used to work as a retail manager, and foot traffic is obviously how you make money. And like all these stores, like a lot of people don't know this, they have sensors every time you walk in and out of a store. And then so they're recording sales versus the people going in and out. And basically, bro, you get numbers of everything of your average sales. So like if 10 people walked into the store, this is going to be your average sale and you want it at this number. So the biggest thing is like when somebody walks in, you want, if they're walking in for Pokemon, you want them to get this too, and you want to upsell them on a pro membership and this and that. I agree a little bit that the allocations could play a small part of the reason GameStop's doing this, but I fully think it is just like, we know that the boom is bringing so many more people into this hobby. Let's just get these people in the store. They're going to walk in with money ready to spend. We'll sell them something else, even if the shelves are empty on Pokemon. I just think it's a money chase.
Yeah. Oh, I think the sell them on something else is the grading, because on their official statement, they also said GameStop, I'm going to read it right here, GameStop will offer free card savers and sleeves for PSA grading submissions on launch weekends. So when those new sets come out. And when I went in for Prismatic, they had a whole station where you could go and just open up your cards. So then people could go pull a Moonbreon, whatever, and then they could just go right over to the desk and grade that. And there's another $15 or whatever, however much they upcharge.
Yeah. If y'all are watching this right now, let us know in the comments if y'all think the employees should be allowed to get something, and let us know why you think GameStop is limiting these pre-orders. I actually want to hear people's thoughts on this, because I know most people are going to say GameStop employees should not, and I probably lean towards that too, if GameStop should just cut that off. It just genuinely sucks of like, if you're scheduled this day, you don't get shit, but if you're not, hey, go do what you want to do, and it's completely fine.
Okay, this is another solution for that, just to give some leeway for the employees. Whatever the people are getting, cut it in half for the employees. Meaning, if it says two boxes per person, for the employees it will be 1 box per person.
I like that a lot. I think that would.
So at least they're getting something. They have an option to get something.
Now let me ask you this,
so,
Rock.
I mean, yes.
With just how crazy stuff is getting, I'm kind of leaning towards the side now of every single shop, every place, everywhere should be 1 product per person.
I mean, sure. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. It could go from 1 to 2. That's completely fine to me, to be honest.
I know it sucks
obviously
only getting 1, but it's just like there's so many more people in the hobby now. I feel like that would be a big solution of more people able to get stuff.
Yeah, it would definitely be. I think throughout everything, they should definitely enforce some sort of limits, especially Target. I feel like a lot of Targets have been doing that, but it's very inconsistent for some reason. Obviously Costco. I mean, Costco completely stopped selling Pokemon cards.
Did they?
They said nah. Yeah, I'm like 95% positive.
Holy.
They said nah. We're not doing Pokemon cards at the moment.
All the Walmarts near me haven't sold cards since like the first boom. And I like go in there to look. I'm like, wait, there's no Pokemon cards here. It's weird.
Yeah.
How do you know it's
None of
not
my
just getting
Walmarts have had
rinsed out?
anything.
I've asked. There's like not even a place where you can find packs.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, our Walmart just has like the toy section, like the Pokemon toy section. They don't have card sections anymore.
Yeah. Ooh. So.
Yeah, it's weird.
I just.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is sort of off topic, but like with everything getting so expensive, with some of this market manipulation that we're seeing, do you think this bubble might pop a little sooner than we expected? Or do you think it's still going to ride out for a while with all the good sets coming?
I think it rides out.
I do too.
I'm calling this shit, unfortunately, I think it'll last at least another 8 months to a year.
I think at least until after the black and white set.
There's a black and white set?
Rumor.
After, after the Team Rocket.
Team Rocket.
Rumor,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
bro, it should be after Team Rocket. I believe it'll be black and white, and then Megas, and then somewhere close around that time will be the 30th anniversary.
Oh, true. I keep
Yeah,
forgetting
I'm
about
pretty
that.
sure
Yeah.
the megas are like confirmed, so that's
Bro,
pretty sweet.
megas are gonna be like. That's why I'm saying the hype is not gonna die. Dude, look at the hype behind Journey Together, and a lot of people are saying this set is mid. And then Rocket's gonna happen. People are gonna go nuts over it. And then like Black and White nostalgia, the megas. Everybody can't wait for megas to come back. And then 30th anniversary is gonna drive hype.
I feel like just all the only people that can get stuff right now are the people who are scalping because the scalpers got all the sealed product and now it's so expensive people can't buy it, so they moved on to the singles, and now $5 singles are worth like $80, so now regular people can't buy it. It's like obvious that it's not like an organic market flow or whatever.
What did you
Or
think
cycle, I
about that
guess.
bubble popping? Rock, when do you foresee any
Well,
time?
I'm kind of in agreement with you guys. I don't think it'll pop really anytime soon. I don't think it's gonna pop in a month. I don't think it's gonna pop in like 2 months. I mean, maybe after Team Rocket, maybe just a little bit. I think the hype is gonna die down by a little if
I can see that.
the Black and White set, isn't like completely confirmed. If that is confirmed, well, I could see it lasting a little bit longer as well. My opinion, after all those sets, I think it might go down just a bit. Because you also have to remind yourself, we're getting close to the end of the Scarlet and Violet era.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, I think the start of the new era is just going to be the exact same.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to give a shit about it.
Yeah.
They'll be like, where's my special illustration rares? Wah, 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 wah. And everybody's going to quit, and there's just going to be a dry period, $80 a box. And then maybe there's some crazy hype on the 30th anniversary that gets people going again.
I think that's valid. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. What about
Yeah,
do y'all
I don't
see?
see how it's sustainable for so long to have every single price be so high.
No, it's not. Do y'all see anytime soon? I think we're kind of seeing it happen a little bit right now.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. John's calling me.
Go for it.
I'll be back.
I was just saying, like, I think it's happening. I think we're starting to see it a little bit already. But because English is getting so expensive and stuff right now, let's just say the bubble doesn't pop, but do we start to see Japanese also?
But that's what happened last time, too. Japanese went fucking nuts.
Yeah, Japanese is going to... I mean, it's already happening. For example...
Yeah, I mean, this
some
box
of
is
the...
$100.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Battle Partners, it's considerably expensive, like double, triple MSRP in Japan. And you're seeing it slowly trickle down to other places, like the Drowsy. If you know, like you saw how the Drowsy card illustration rare from Scarlet and Violet, it went up to $100. Totally real demand, totally not fake. Definitely not manipulated at all. That's definitely normal price behavior. But you're seeing it trickle down to the Japanese side. The Japanese Drowsy went from literally, I shit you not, $5 to now $30.
Jesus.
So you're seeing it. It's unfortunate, but people are going to take advantage of the Japanese side for sure.
And what do you think about specifically? So I talked with Rob a little bit about this last night. Of like, we're seeing the illustration rares very specifically in English start to go crazy. Do we start to see that move into other card arts like full arts or, regular EX cards or like trainer cards, gold cards? Like, do we see it with other cards?
I think it's happened a little bit with golds. I mean, like the gold Pikachu from Surging Sparks is $100. I don't think that should be a $100 card.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like it's different. Like people are manipulating illustration rares, and not all. I don't think all of them.
Yeah.
I do think some are organic, but like the hype.
Nothing that's gone up.
It's just the hype right now behind illustration rares specifically is insane. Do we see that with full arts ever?
I don't know if this gets to the extent. They're just lackluster compared to the artworks. Which I do feel like the illustration rares should be getting love, but I mean, this just full like you've seen like people are chatting about, oh, we're buying this out. Okay, let's buy that
Yeah.
out. And then I feel like that could put people in a panic, so then they go without being like associated with these people who are doing the buyouts, then they just go on their own and buy what they can that's cheap.
Yeah. And plus, I feel like the manipulators, buyouts, they kind of go with a set of rules when they're doing it. They look at the card and they're like, okay, they're trying to find excuses of why they should pretty much pump this card and to justify
You
it.
guys hear me?
They're saying, "Yep,
Yeah.
Johnny
John!
boy.
Fuckers.
Yo, say
What a
what's up to the
cutie
pod.
pie.
They said, "Say what's up." It's not real. It's not good service, guys.
They try to find like certain
oh,
things with
there it
the
is."
cards.
Let's hear more.
So they try to find excuses of why they should pump a card. And the reason why illustration rares were such a good target was number one, they're very hard to grade, and number two, they were pretty hard to pull as well. Just probably under special illustration rares. So they're seeing that and they're like, okay, this is pretty good card to try to test the waters out. And lo and behold, we got situations like this. I have actually a hot take as well with the illustration rares. I have vividly remember seeing the Magikarp get manipulated in price. The Magikarp that everybody points to and says, "Hey, you see this Magikarp? It had slow growth over the last couple of months, and I would normally agree with that, which it did have slow growth, natural growth even. But this is one of the instances where I believe a manipulated card ended up catching natural growth and natural demand after they have already, did the buyouts and manipulation. Because I remember the card on certain days spiking up like $10. So I don't know. It sounds a little sus to me. But yeah, the overall health of the illustration rare market is very, very sus to me. I'll be honest. I wouldn't doubt if a lot of these just crash hard in the future.
Oh yeah. I think
I
so
mean,
for
even
sure.
before
But I think before we see that crash, bro, I guess this is my hot take, is that we really do start to see this kind of stuff happen with like full arts and everything. Because I think right now, the investor side of stuff is popping off. Like there is a lot of people in this hobby right now that is just trying to make money, and you can't really do it with sealed products anymore because it's just getting out of hand. So people are looking for cheap singles that they think is going to take off. Either that or they're literally manipulating cards. So I think if you can't find illustration rares anymore that are, I don't know, they're going to look to like, let's take a full art Pikachu. If that's at like $4 right now, I could see that in a week from now being like, whatever, because people are just throwing money at cards that are cheap because people think everything is just going to go up right now.
I mean, there have been instances of that occurring to full arts as well, of buyouts and manipulation. One that comes to mind is Lance. I forgot which set it was from, but it was a Sword and Shield set. I remember it going from $5 to $20. So there have been instances of that occurring. I don't believe it's going to be as bad as illustration rares.
Yeah.
I think whatever Pokemon has planned in the future, they'll probably target those instead. But I have seen it in the past. But in the foreseeable future, I don't think full arts are going to be the ones of targeted manipulation. But I do see maybe a few different rarities that they'll probably propose later down the line. I think it's in general cards are just going to be manipulated. The buyouts.
we lost you, Rock.
I'll just say that.
Oh, there you are.
My camera couldn't help me cooking.
Let him go.
Let him go. But basically, yeah, the buyouters, the manipulators, they are very unpredictable, and they'll pretty much go after anything. And as you said, maybe even full art sometimes as well.
I hope they start pumping amazing rares.
That'd be funny.
Amazing
That would be
Rares are
funny.
clean, bro. Amazing Rares are clean.
They're so cheap.
I'd like to take a minute to pump Amazing Rares.
All right, let's rug pull everybody. Rug pull,
Especially in the
stuff.
Japanese. The Japanese is so good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so clean.
Speaking of money and stuff, Elliot has asked me every day of this past week to let he wants me to let him borrow $5.2 million so he can buy the Illustrator from Logan Paul.
Oh my god!
I'll give it to you. I have that cash laying around.
For me. Just got it in his back pocket.
It's funny because when I heard that, the first question that came to my mind is because he technically sold shares of that Pikachu Illustrator card to people already.
I forgot about that.
In Liquid Marketplace.
Yeah.
So what happens to them if he ends up selling it?
Interesting.
I also don't think he's gonna get anywhere near $5 million for it.
Yeah.
What about with the boom though?
I mean,
feel
that's
like this
exactly
is-
why he's selling it, but I don't think it's. I don't know. He just.
Yeah.
I don't know. He just.
This feels more like a modern boom than a vintage one. I feel like
Yeah.
nobody really
For sure.
cares too much about the
No.
the vintage cards right now.
Some black and
I
white,
haven't
but
been-
nothing that far back.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't been like, granted, I haven't been really checking about the prices on the vintage, boxes and shit, but they've really kind of already peaked. They already had their time to shine, and there's only so much that they can grow. It's not always gonna be like up.
What do you guys think about
Yeah,
that?
well,
What do you
it's just
think about the
he's so
Illustrator?
disingenuous. It's just like
Yeah.
I don't even like, especially when he was buying the Charizard from Gary. He's like, it's been my life's mission. It's my biggest goal to have this card in my collection, and I'm finally gonna fulfill that today. Like, buddy, you just like started doing Pokemon a month ago, and this has been your life's mission, and you're gonna stop collecting Pokemon after you collect this one card. Okay.
When we were at Card
Alright,
Party
bud.
2, Elliot went up to the vendor, Shoal Pokey, and said the exact same thing, word for word, for a $4 discount. Don't believe anything he says.
Fuck you. I'm literally gonna touch you. I'm
Hey,
clarifying that. I'm gonna touch Vert.
Is that a threat?
touch him.
I'm gonna come up through your shower drain, looking like a half human, half dolphin. And I'm gonna.
Dude, did you know? Do y'all? In terms of
Alright.
dolphins,
Did you
Dude,
know that
the
in terms
blower
of
holes?
human satisfaction?
Oh, have you guys seen the video? Oh, this is getting way too off the topic. There's just a video of a dolphin banging half of a dead fish.
Yo, I saw that.
What
I saw that reel.
what are you watching, dude?
Yo, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Missy, you haven't
Dude,
seen
it
that
doesn't
crap,
happen.
right? No, we're pure over
I
here.
would probably I would cut Vert in half and do the same thing to him.
Dude, I
honestly.
did see a video of it was like a girl that was like, she was either sitting or laying on the, right next to the ocean or something, and a dolphin just hops up there and went to freaking town.
That's crazy, dude.
Have you not
Holy
seen
hell.
that? How have y'all
No.
not seen
No.
that?
How have you not seen the dolphin when he starts, going inside that fish?
All right. I know what I'm looking up later. I don't know about you guys.
What do
No,
y'all
isn't
think?
it crazy? Like the dolphins, they're literally like ditties of the ocean. They're crazy freaky.
They
They
got
were
that
like-
sea cucumber oil.
No, they really do. Like they're insane. They just have this lust, and you know why? It's because they're intelligent. It looks like the more intelligent you get, the more hornier you get as well. It seems a pattern here.
Fuck, we can't. Never mind.
I have
I can't
tears
say
in my
that.
eyes.
It's not gonna be able to stay.
Bro, the
We've
fact-
gone
Vert, are you good
downhill.
with Vert, are you good with making a cut?
no.
Because
Holy
Oh my god.
I'm gonna leave the part in that says Vert. Are you gonna cut? No, and then it'll be a cut.
Yeah.
I guess we'll never know what that was.
Yeah.
Guess we'll
What
never
just
know.
happened, chat?
Well, speaking of really tight, cool packaging, what do y'all what do y'all think about the new Team Rocket?
Well, you just made me think of. You just made me think
Destin
of Rocket
Rivals.
Wetsuit,
No,
so-
Destin Rivals. I don't even know what he just said. Ignore him. Destin Rivals packaging.
Distant rivals.
Our greatest rivals.
Outstanding. Outstanding packaging. Rocket has returned.
That big R.
I love that
It's on the
big red
back.
R.
I will say it is interesting why they named it Destined Rivals, but not like Team Rocket. But all those people that were like suddenly saying, "Oh, Team Rocket is cooked. It's canceled." I'm not talking about you, Vert.
That was definitely
But, like,
his thumbnails.
the genuine people who thought that like this like ruined the fun of the set at all, like I just don't understand that. Like the cards are gonna be the same before the name change or after the name change. There's nothing. It's not like the cards are suddenly like forming into a different. What is it gonna form into Diddy Full Art or something? It's like I don't understand
Well,
it.
I mean, it's like kind of the same effect. Like if Nathaniel wanted to actually change his name to Vert, it just wouldn't be the same. I'm just okay.
I actually did want to do that at one point. I mean,
Really?
I don't.
No.
Yeah, I actually did.
Fanboy.
But I don't know, bro. It's just
Hello,
like
kids
I thought
on
it was.
Smart.
I thought it was super weird how the second it wasn't Rocket anymore, everybody was against it, and then the second we get some packaging with some Rocket on it, everybody's like, "Team Rocket is back."
Yeah.
We're back, baby.
Case
I see it as a
scenario,
big deal.
Vert.
Those were my titles. I'm not gonna lie, but in the actual videos, if you actually
No,
watch,
I saw them.
nice.
I saw them. That's why I'm
I
making fun
probably
of you.
didn't.
But my title literally was "Rocket is back."
That's so good.
What do you think? What do you think? What
Of what?
about the name change?
I didn't see a problem with it. I don't mind it.
You see, did it kill any of the hype at all for you?
Not for me.
Did he?
I mean, that's that should be the normal reaction.
Yeah,
But like I don't understand why people had such a big issue with it. It was so unnecessary.
yeah.
Like they just love those R's, dude, for some reason. Like it is like it's almost like they have a poster of a big red R right next to their bed. It's kind of weird.
It is strange.
So hard.
Talking about collections and stuff, right? Like I got this collection behind me. Rock, I see you got a bunch of stuff down here. I know Elliot's got like
You got a collection of bike parts.
I love to pocket watch Elliot, everybody. He's got about $40,000 in graded cards. Not trying to dox or anything right now, but
That's crazy.
Misty's also got a crazy collection. So as y'all recently saw, I think you've all seen that I'm selling basically everything. Are y'all?
How's that been? I feel like that's gotta suck.
Bro,
I mean,
okay.
I know there's like opportunities that come up in life, and there's things that happen. But I mean, as a collector in you,
Bro, I've been
that's gotta
thinking
be
about it
tough.
for 3 to 4 weeks now of actually pulling the trigger on it. And I finally just said, like, we've been really seriously, like, house hunting and stuff. Because moving soon, like, within a month. And I was just like, I just want the freedom of, like, if we want to put a TV on the wall, we're going to put a TV on the wall. If we need new furniture, we can get some new furniture. Like, I feel like this is a new segment of my life because I'm moving in with her, obviously. And it's just like life has to come before collectibles, and it kind of seems like, to be honest, it's the perfect time of like, I've always been a modern collector. So like 95% of my collection is all modern. So everything's boomed for me. And so I'm getting rid of all my graded cards. And I posted them last night on shinyvert.com. And bro, like over $7,000 worth of them sold.
Already?
I'd
Damn.
probably cry.
in less than 24 hours.
Probably cry.
I will say, bro, there's like a few that like are really painful. So I put the Rayquaza VMAX from Evo Skies, the Alt-Art PSA 10 on there. And I was telling Kelly last night, I was like, if there's one card that I don't want to sell, it's probably this one. Bro, that was like the third card that sold.
No.
But it is, dude, that's
How much did it sell for?
that was $1,000.
Fuck yeah.
I think
quite a bit.
considering
I mean,
selling
good
our
for you.
collection as well, our PSA collection.
I mean, it's just like, my thing is this bubble has to pop at some point. I feel like, I know I like the Rayquazas, so sell it now for $1,000. Hopefully in a year or two, I can come back and pick up that same PSA 10 for $650, $600.
That's true.
I think, yeah.
I'm kind of in the same
But-
scenario where I've been thinking about, actually, yeah, I'm in a kind of slightly different one. I've been thinking about selling a few of my sealed products, but for some reason, I feel like they're going to continue to rise, and I'm very hesitant to do that.
Bro, don't sell sealed.
Yeah, I was debating. I wanted to sell a Prismatic Evolutions Pokemon Center ETB, but I kind of felt bad for doing it. I was like, dude, am I a scalper? It's like I'm committing some sort of sin. It's like I didn't even want to do it. I thought, like, hey, what if I just do an auction? So that way I'll just list it at $1, and whoever
Yeah.
wants to bid on it, they can. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna keep it. But like, I've been investing so much money into sealed product that I have to recoup some of it because I still have a card prison and everything, and like the fourth wave, I think. So I have to like recoup some amount of money from this.
Oh god. Oh, ridiculous.
You're gonna cut that out.
Yeah.
But
So, at
Um,
what point do you think you're not a scalper anymore when
That's a
you're
great
trying
question.
to sell? Yeah, like, because I was thinking the same thing. We have a couple of Pokemon Center prismatic ETBs as well, and they like right out the gate they were over $250.
it's a great
Yeah.
question.
So yeah, what point do I not feel bad about selling?
I've been asking
Yeah,
myself the
It's
same exact
money
thing.
as you can wipe tears with.
What'd you say, Elliot?
I said as much money as you can wipe tears with. Of all the people complaining.
It's true. I mean, it's very hard to find a middle ground where you are doing everything according to the books, because I'll be honest, every single book is different for every single person. So something that is completely okay for someone else is horrible for me, or vice versa. And when it comes to like holding on, for example, the Prismatic Evolutions, sealed boxes, I guess the more accepted practice is to hold on for them to at least like a year or two, until like the hype dies down. For example, like I have a 151 Pokemon Center ETB. I had it for a year and a half or something, and I wouldn't feel as bad as to sell that. I think timing is such an important thing, and I realized that man, it's insane how like time heals pretty much all wounds in a sense. It's a very cringy saying, but it's true. Like if you hold on it too long enough, people don't care for some reason.
Yeah. What about the?
Yeah, it is weird.
So I've been asking myself the same question of like, so when I did my prismatic break, that's a perfect example of like, I did not want to put those packs at market price because then I'm a scalper. But also like I haven't been able to do breaks forever. Like I have to make some profit on this. So it's like, but am I still a scalper? Like what price point? And then like the newest thing I've been seeing is like all these businesses are, so they get their stuff from distro and then they promise to sell it at MSRP, right? And they'll say, sign up to my email list and we'll lock you in so you get that MSRP price. Well, then 3-4 months go down the road and you've got all these people that have joined your email list now because you use that as a big promotion. And then you come out and say, hey, we can't do MSRP anymore because distro just raised the prices. And so it's like, now they've played this card of getting all these people on the email list, but they're not doing the MSRP promise anymore. And it's just like, they're not considered scalpers, but in my head, a little bit, I know they couldn't have foreseen that. It's just a little, it's a lot of sus stuff going on right now, man.
It's very sus. And like honestly, if you want to go, if we'll get into the semantics of it, but distros are probably the biggest scalpers of all time.
Yeah.
If you want to really talk about it,
Yeah.
like they're scalping the shit out of everything right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything, it's just so hard to find like what's right or what's wrong right now. It's so different for everything. You just have to have some sort of grasp of what's acceptable. Like
Yeah.
if you buy some prismatic evolutions for market price and you sell a little bit more over market price, I don't think people have too big of an issue with it. If you're getting prismatic evolution for like, I guess MSRP and are like selling it for way over that, maybe I guess definitionally you'll be called a scalper, but I mean it's so difficult to understand what's right and what's wrong. It's
It is.
The
unfortunate.
fine line with like everything. Like
Yeah.
the slabs, the sealed.
I think if you like, not as a scalper, but just, your everyday person, just do what you feel is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually good. I think that's good to go back to, because it's kind of also going back to what Rock said earlier on in this podcast of like, I think because of the boom and stuff, everybody's just on edge right now. Like everybody's just mad about something, and it's
Yeah.
understandable.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's going. Like, bro, if you look at the comment sections on any commentary video in the Pokemon space right now, it is so 50-50 divided lately. It's crazy.
It is very. What is your kind of like ratio whenever you do like commentary, if you mind me asking?
I can check right now. I have not looked.
'Cause I'm curious. I'm curious to like see like how many like crying wiener babies there are.
Do I just go into
I haven't done
analytics
any,
in studio? This one got 7.4 thousand views, and it was about Team Rocket. So let's do this one. Unbelievable. Team Rocket Pokemon set has 91.8%, but channel average is 97%.
And then you could click on that and see exactly how many dislikes and likes there are.
Likes on the Team Rocket one is 168. Dislikes is 15.
Okay, that seems to be about average. I
Elliot,
would
did
say
you
down-
dislike my video?
You son of
Yeah.
a bitch.
Rock, how are yours? Is it more split because you do more of the commentary, or
No, I'm pretty much
That's
about the same. I'm like 94, 95. That's my average.
Okay.
Sometimes it goes to
just
90.
like everything?
Make sure I get to 80%.
All
But
right.
no, thanks guys for bringing me on. It was fun. I have to attend to family matters. I'm a little child. Parents say bedtime is now. So I appreciate you guys. It was really fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, talk to you
Nice
guys
having you, man.
soon.
Come in, we'll have you on again.
Rock, we appreciate you
Absolutely.
a ton for joining the pod today. I appreciate all the advice you give. And again, y'all, his channel will be linked in the description. Make sure you go check out Rock Sandy. He's got some great content.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. All right. See you guys later.
Peace.
Love you.
Peace, brother.
So, have you guys seen the Charizard Cheeto?
I briefly saw. I know you sent that into the chat, but I haven't heard much else about it.
It does look like a Charizard. Somebody is trying to sell it right now. It started at like $250, and it is now at $1,000 right now.
No way.
And
Yeah.
do
That's
you
like
think this is
Person drawing the Moonbreon and then selling it.
is this like a market manipulation type of deal, or is this like real?
No, this is real.
No, it's like
and
it's a Cheeto. Like
it's an act. Yeah.
But like the price, like
Oh.
I'm saying, like the price how it went up on this prismatic Moonbrown was all fake on eBay. Like, is this?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, it could be fake just for the meme, but like the fact, it's so funny. But this happened before. Do you guys remember? It happened in 2021. A Cheeto Charizard sold for like, I think it was like $250.
What the hell?
No, I'd
Yeah,
never
this-
heard of that before.
This is the second occurrence.
Elliot, why do
This
you
has
know
happened.
the exact year that happened?
Because it was my freshman year of college, and I remember looking at it.
Buddy was about
If I
to
had
buy
the
it.
cash, no. If I had the
Put some
cash, I would
bits in.
fucking buy it and then eat it on camera.
Oh my god!
Is it like a hot
Because it's
Cheeto?
ridiculous. It looks like a hot Cheeto,
What?
yeah.
Does it matter what Cheeto it is?
Yeah, it matters, bro. You think I'm paying $1,000 for the OG Cheeto? Put a little spice on that thing, and we'll consider.
Hold on, let me see. I
Give me
might
that
have a
lemon
picture.
peppered cheater, bud.
Little
you
mango
haven't
seen this
habanero,
I'm
buddy.
gonna dust you like a little Cheeto dust. You're such a little worm burner.
The
That is
Cheetos
insane.
are. Wait, does it like come with a little card
That was-
like that?
It's in like a little package.
Oh, this is official.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say we all go 1/3.
Cheeto market manipulation. Just 1/3. Oh,
Bro,
there was one
I'm
that was
telling
shaped
you-
like hurrah. Okay. Do you get? I was looking up to try to find the other Charizard, and one popped up from 2018 or 2017 of one that looked like Harambe and is sold for almost $100,000.
Oh my god. Who is buying this shit?
It's like buying the taped banana on the wall for $120,000.
Dude, screw Pokemon at
Yeah.
this point. I'm about to just start buying Cheeto
Yeah.
bags and looking for ones
Dude,
that
it's
look
probably
like stuff.
cheaper. That's so insane.
That is
Let's
nuts.
let's split it in thirds and then we'll chop it up and I'll eat a piece of it.
The one-of-one Cheeto Zard has been pulled is crazy.
Has been pulled.
Is that the item description?
Yeah, one-of-one Cheeto Zard.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god.
Elliot, what's going on with your
actually
submissions over
crazy.
there, buddy?
The submissions, dude. PSA has actually been a pain in my ass recently. So for the past 2 years, I've
You've
been
been in
getting
mine.
submissions.
Sorry, proceed.
Yeah, I've been getting submissions back in like 4 to 5 weeks. And if you don't know, I do just grade a shit ton. I put some stuff in my PC. I sell the other stuff so I can keep grading more. But past 2 years, been 4 to 5 weeks. Get everything back. It's for my last 3. They've been in research and ID, which is the first stage, for 6 weeks now. And before that stage, they have to process into the system. And I don't know if there's an increase in demand because of GameStop. I was talking to somebody else, and they said there wasn't really a huge influx reported that would slow them down. But it also kind of would point to it because they did increase the price by $2, and back in like the COVID boom, that's when they were really increasing prices because people were sending in so much stuff that they cannot like get ahead. But I mean, it's just annoying because there's so many cards that I want to buy, but I mean, I'm in college, so I can't really buy anything unless I have cards to sell.
And do
So-
you think it's just taking longer because of the whole Pokemon boom? Do you think like GameStop has something to do with that?
I don't.
Both.
It's hard to say because they didn't necessarily report a huge influx of cards that would make them delayed this much. But I mean, I wouldn't doubt it with like everything going crazy with the boom and everything. And I mean, especially with illustration rares, I could see people just sending those in nonstop because it is hard to get those in a 10. They have a low gem rate, so when you do hit them, like the Paldean Wooper, it's like $500 or more dollars. Insane. And especially with how they're being pumped right now. But I mean, I could see GameStop having a little impact just because it's more accessible for everybody and it's like not as scary because you're not on your own trying to submit cards.
I think it's that hard of a process to do it yourself
It's not.
anyways. But mine have also been in research and ID for probably like 2 weeks now. This is definitely the longest it's ever taken for a submission that I've done.
Now hear me out.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Is this kind of a little bit of a W for PSA in a way? because if you look at that original boom when the whole Logan Paul stuff was happening, didn't they get backed up like 6 months at one point?
They were backed up by like 7 million cards, so they kept increasing the prices. They got it up to $300 per card, and people were sending in so many cards that they shut down for a month just to catch up.
Because that's an
Whoa.
L situation. So seeing this happen now with the new boom, I'm sure they are getting a huge influx of
Also,
submissions. So does it kind of seem like they're more prepared to handle this one? I know they're still getting backed up, which sucks, but it's a much better case
yeah,
scenario than the last one, I think.
I just got hit with a Mr. Krabs. I have an idea. So I made a quick video about this like a couple months ago, I think, maybe a month ago. I actually don't remember. But I made a video on this, and they updated their terms of service where they're making it more strict in their grading policy. So instead of giving you like 60-40 to get a 10, like with centering, it's more so gonna be like 55-45. And I'm wondering if because they did this, they are implementing new technology right now and they just haven't really announced it. And since they're implementing this new technology, they might be backed up.
Very
But it's going to be
interesting.
harder to get tens now.
Oh no.
That's actually
Yeah.
very. Oh my god, this is interesting for many different reasons because we were talking
Oh,
about
yeah.
me and Rob were talking about tag last night, and like he was basically we were talking about how tag could be taking off, but another person on their call and had brought up a great point of like, well, one of the reasons that PSA could remain a standard is some people almost like the ease of getting tens. Not that it's easy, but it's
Oh,
easier.
interesting.
Whereas when you go through tag, you're getting the precise grade. Where with PSA, there are a lot of sellers that just want to get that easy 10. So is that something like they could be doing, like you're saying, maybe they're implementing new AI or whatever of grading technology,
Hmm.
but could that, I don't know. I don't like, it seems like they're going to try to
Well,
create the competition with tag, but also at the same time, could that be something that hurts them?
mm, I don't think so because I mean I think PSA has been able to be lenient because they are the standard, but now like I mean you have BGS,
Yeah.
they've always been super strict. Now Tag, I mean they're not in that top level yet. I think they will be at some point, but they're super strict. CGC is questionable. Um, so I think PSA has been able to be more lenient, but now that everyone's seeing that these other companies are grading so much harder and they're like I feel like it's just it could hurt their reputation if they don't do something to make it harder to get a ton.
Very true.
um
Damn, that's gonna
because
suck.
if
That's
people
gonna
are
suck.
like someone was mad at you in your chat on live stream and he was like saying like trying to advocate for CGC or something, but he's like yeah, and when I won an easy 10 I sent it to PSA because they're more lenient about yada yada, which is I mean there was like 60-40 on the front, 70-30 on the back for centering, so that is pretty lenient. And you can just get those easy tens and sell them. But yeah, I kind of lost where I was at because I was just talking so much there. But if you guys have anything,
I just did a video on my next PSA submission, and there's definitely a couple in there that probably fall close to that 60-40. And I never really thought of PSA as giving like easy grades, but now that you mentioned that, that sucks. I'm nervous now if
yeah,
they've
I
changed
mean,
their
it's
policy a little bit.
I don't think it's gonna be that much harder because like you're never guaranteed a 10. Like I've had perfect looking cards that aren't tens. And I think because of the human bias, they they wanted to keep some populations lower, especially with super high end cards. They're not going to give it a 10. And I've heard that like especially like in the sports world. And like I don't know if this tactic really worked, but I've tried it before. And if you have like one card that you're like super close to grading, but you're like, yeah, it's probably not going to get a 10, and then you have another one that looks a little bit worse. You just put the worst one in front, and then the one that's like kind of on the fence behind it. So then it's like creates the bias in the grader's mind that it's like this next one looks a lot better than the first one I graded. So since it looks so much better, even though it maybe shouldn't be a 10, I'm gonna give it a 10.
So,
Which I don't know if that's scummy, but it's worth a shot.
does Tag use only AI for grading?
I think they mostly use AI, but they also have humans overseeing it just in case there's an error. So there's like checks and balances. So the humans check the machines and the machines check the humans and all that.
These would be
Okay,
very
yeah.
cool questions for we're hoping to have somebody on named Jesse that works very closely with Tag, so y'all can look forward to that. And we'll get to ask him some
Yeah, it's gonna
sweet
be cool.
stuff.
I actually I'm sending 5 cards to Tag as well.
I have a buddy
Nice.
who just
Well, I
sent
gotta
off a
test
big
some.
submission, and he's gonna mail it to me to do the unboxing. So I'm very excited.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
A couple of my college buddies are getting back into collecting, and one of them fucking hates PSA. He's like, I can't look at these slabs. It is hideous. Like, it's the just most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Like, geez, chill, bud. But he's like,
love
if
PSA.
I do too. But he's like, I want to grade cards, but they're going to Tag. I was like, okay, cool. I'm good with that. But it's like, I feel like people who aren't, Tag could definitely capture the people who are getting into the hobby
Yeah.
or even
Yeah.
just getting into the grading sector because they might not know or they might not subconsciously go to PSA because it has been the standard and that's a lot of what you actually see.
Yeah.
What
Isn't it
about?
kind of funny?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was say, isn't it kind of funny how like when you are getting back into Pokemon or already are in Pokemon, everybody around you is like, "Oh, you got to look at my cards that I have from 20 years ago that have been in my attic for fucking 10 years and collecting." It's just funny, all the people that come out of the woodworks.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened. Like I told my buddies and they're like, "Oh, I got all these cards." I was like, "Well, let me fucking buy them."
Yeah.
It's cool, like I don't know. It's just cool seeing all the new people come to the hobby and like coming together and stuff. Because I do feel like this hobby is something that very much like meshes people together, like groups of friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And speaking of, Missy, you want to tell them about the traveling binder we have going on and what's going on with that?
Yes.
Ooh,
Okay.
good little
So,
segue.
we have started a traveling binder. We are trying to master set Stellar Crown. And right now it is on the East Coast. Elliot, you're about to get it next, I do believe.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Right?
disgusting.
Yeah, okay.
What a
Yeah, I'm
pest.
getting it
What a
next.
vermin.
I'm
Nobody
sending
wants to
it
see that.
down to that fucking cockroach right there.
And then Vert, I think you're going to send it off to Danny, and then it's going to make its way over to the West Coast. And once everything is said and done, after we've made it through all the people that we have on the list, we're going to be giving it away, hopefully as a completed set.
No, I'm
Yeah,
definitely
that'd be
gonna.
great
I'm
if
Really
you
definitely
excited about
actually
gonna.
it.
No, the cool cards I pull, I'm keeping.
Such a dick.
I'm gonna pull an Elliot when he kept the Charmander. Wait, no. Let's tell the story of this real quick. This is
It was the trophy
No,
of beating the
this-
pair in the box battle.
No.
I can give away whatever I want, you freaking pest. Yeah, I'm glad you're frozen.
no.
Yes,
Can you see me?
That's what you get.
there it goes,
Now
yeah.
you're still
Okay,
frozen. You're
great
still frozen.
outro to the podcast here. As y'all know, PokePair does their famous box battles on their channel. They battle different creators and stuff, which is really cool. Go check that out. But so they do a box battle with me. Pair is nice enough with all these battles to be like, hey, we're giving you all these giveaways. And then, you know, you could like give away the cards or keep them if you want. Let me tell you what Elliot did. I think everybody they battled gives away all the cards. Elliot pulls a shiny Charmander, says, I'm keeping that, and sends an Altart to Ralladon to the person instead.
That's wrong. It's even worse. No.
It was a
no, I
Pogo!
wanted to.
Cocklador!
wait. No, so this is like my first, or no, it was my second battle with them. I lost the first one. and I got absolutely rinsed. So I'm like, I'm keeping this as a trophy, and it's going into a binder of the 1/5 of the Gen 1 Pokemon. So I'm making a binder of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon cards, and I'm gonna do all the other generations at some point. But it's a constant reminder that I dusted them in this battle, and I gave more value away than I took away with that Charmander. I didn't. I gave away a 10 Conkeldurr V Alt Art, which I know it's not the best. I also gave away a playmat, other packs,
CGC.
and sleeves,
CGC
and other
Concord.
cards.
Let me just tell y'all, this poor little 7-year-old, right? That's the giveaway winner. He DMs me on Instagram and he was like,
It was
bro,
definitely not.
he's like, bro, I just want to let you know that my chase card right now is shiny Charmander. And I was like,
Oh my god!
I was like, you know what, dude, I'm gonna send you one myself. So
you definitely didn't do that. You're such a pest.
I do want to mention, Vert, you did you had it a little wrong. So when we do send those boxes, everything that is pulled from our end and the battle person's end is supposed to be the giveaway.
thank you.
See, I
Bam! Case closed.
I wasn't aware of that.
Case closed.
I wasn't aware of that.
Chat, cook 'em up.
I wasn't aware of that. I plead ignorance, and I gave more value than I took away.
No,
That sounds so bad. No, I was okay. I was not aware of the rule, and I gave away pretty much everything else and way more than that one card.
You're never going to live this down, so.
I'm so glad this has made it into a video.
Wait, let me pull out my Charmander. Look at my Charmander. This means that I fucking beat you in the box battle. Get fucked.
Well, this has been episode 4
Ridiculous.
of the podcast. Once again, y'all, we've been saying it every week, but the channel is like killing it. Y'all are supporting a ton. We are all very thankful. Make sure y'all subscribe to this channel, drop a like. Missy, you got a question for him? What would you like? What do you guys want to hear them engage with?
Should Elliot be punished for his wrongdoings?
What?
That's a great
No!
question. Great question.
No!
Chat, I want everybody in the comment
Ridiculous.
section to let us know your thoughts on this whole Elliot stealing a Charmander from a kid situation.
I gave away more.
So much worse than whatnot.
Make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to PokePair.
Don't subscribe.
Subscribe to Elliot Does Pokemon. Subscribe to me. And let's go get fucking drunk! Come on, Elliot. This is your cue to say something, and then I cut it after.
Don't subscribe.
Unbelievable. Missy, can you say something instead?
Unsubscribe to Elliot.
Nice!
What? No!
So what, we get drunk. So what, we smoke weed. We're just having fun.